Check, check, check. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, cool. I think we're live. Do I have sound on here? Hey, cool. I think we're live. Do I have sound on here? Sweet. Looks like I do. All right. So I wanted to try and make the Virtual Riot Shindeiru kind of bass, that glitchy, like super low thing that's in that track. And I don't know exactly how to make it, but I have kind of an idea, so I'm gonna go for it. I tried it twice now. This one got, I think, reasonably close. Obviously, the modulation is super wrong, but I haven't seen a tutorial on like how to do this, or at least I haven't seen a tutorial go over this technique right here. I think I've touched on it before, but I haven't like actually done it in like creating this kind of a style of sound. So we're gonna go for it. So that was my better attempt. My last attempt was this. But yeah, we're gonna try it again. So I'm gonna grab my Serum sound design combinator, which really all it is that it's a Serum nested inside of a combinator, and it has two of the macros mapped. That way, when I'm making music on the fly, I don't have to I don't have to make this, or I don't have to do this routing on the fly. So let's see here. If we go, yeah, let's open up Serum. And so the idea behind this is that we're going to take a kick drum sample, import it into oscillator B, and then we're going to drop that down to a low octave and FM from B, and then do a whole bunch of modulation beyond that. So let's click on the wavetable editor, go to import, single cycle, and you can grab pretty much any kit. I don't know, let's go back a little bit. Let's find something different this time. What's this? Drum hits. Yeah, the Zeta stuff's kind of cool. I think that's going to work. Sweet. So if we drop this down 2 octaves, we get that. As you can hear, it's not really tonal anymore. It's just like a kick drum repeating kind of slowly. Kind of fast. But like I said, we're going to FM with this. So we're going to take a basic shape and FM from B. Drop this down an octave. And then we're going to do pulse width, because that seemed to work fairly well for me last time. But then we're also going to want to use bend minus as well. Or so actually, what? No, let's use the asym. So that we're going to render that to the warp mode. So now this warp has now been rendered to the wavetable position. And let's jump to bend minus as well. And let's start some modulation. So I'm just going to do, I think I want like a 4-stage type of thing. And let's bring that to the level. That sounds like garbage. Number one, what we're going to want to do, turn the random down. That way it always starts at the same point. And then we're also going to make like a general like slower modulation for that, as well as for this. And then this, we're going to route to our FM warp. Let's try bend plus minus. Yes, I know it does sound like garbage currently. Hang with me. Trust me. Let's do a phase filter here. Have that slowly moving. We need to slow this way down too. I think I like that. That'll work. Let's throw an OTT on here. And then we'll make a high pass notch filter with the EQ and modulate that with our main modulating source. I think that kind of works. Let's throw some distortion on here. And oh yeah, pitch modulation. For this, pitch modulation is pretty important. As you can hear, I'm going to slow this one down. That way you can hear the pitch modulation a little bit better. Number one, if you go up a little bit, you can get a pretty darn good growl with this, like, you know, super low kick drum to a basic shape. What happens if we go to a triangle, I wonder? Yeah, it's a little bit grittier. But yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Pitch modulation. So pitch modulation, we're going to go to the coarse pitch of both of these. Let's go to like 30-ish. And you want to make sure that both of your modulations are the same. That way, or that both of your pitch modulations are the same. That way they move at the same amount. And I have them on bipolar rather than unipolar. That way I can have the middle be our like 0 point. And we'll do something. We want this kind of slow. We'll try. How about we bring this down a little less? I don't know, something like that. Let's get some more movements with phasers in here. So let's grab another phase. Let's do another phase 36. Kind of like that, I think. Let me just speed this up. Yeah, that's kind of a cool triplet bounce thing. And let's yeah, something like that. And let's grab a phaser as well. So rate all the way down, feedback, like each of those down 50%. No, not that. Let's do... drop it down even lower, I wonder. Yeah, no, we're keeping it there. Okay, so that's... let's do that weird delay pop thing. Let's move that up here as well. Oh, sorry, this. There you go. Okay, delay. So here's a little trick with the delay. You probably already know part of it, which is making that like super metallic sound when you go like that. But if you remember, we've got a decent amount of pitch modulation going on here too. You know what? I want that, I think, like this. So with that pitch modulation moving around, we're going to want this to move with it. So have them linked, BPM off. Let's grab our pitch modulation LFO and bring it here. And so we'll make it bipolar. That way it's moving similarly to these. And then we're going to reverse it. So we're going negative instead. And we'll bring down... Actually, no, we'll leave the feedback there. And then we'll make a little pop with it by doing... We'll start with like kind of a square wave thing. And we'll set that to the mix. So you can see how this can kind of pop the it can do that kind of pop delay thing. This is moving a little too high though. So yeah, something like that, and we'll throw this like up here. So that way, our notch filters and our phasers and stuff are all affecting that like delay pop. So with this, the phasers are basically acting as a whole bunch of notch filters and like notch peaks, or peaks and like notch filters kinda, to create some like extra movements and just really get it down deep and low. So now let's do a scream. And let's also do an OTT. And good old OTT glitch things. Let's grab a gate and bring up the threshold a little bit. Which also, I bought the whole kilohertz thing. Phase plant and everything while it was on sale, and there's going to be some tutorials on that for sure, because that thing is wicked fun. So yeah, that's kind of the general idea of it. Obviously, there's a lot more. I still think that my first attempt at this was probably the closest. And this second attempt was just kind of odd. Just because, I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of the idea behind it. The big one, to me, is having that wavetable, having that kick style wavetable modulating a basic shape. The kick wavetable needs to be super low and modulate the FM as well as the level to get those to get that like timbre out of it. And then having the random phase down like that can really help you dial in what the sound is going to be. Boing. And then you can get a ton of different just timbres out of this too. You know what? For fun, let's do this real quick. Let's grab let's do a quick dubstep beat. Let's grab you there. Hi-hat. I like that one. Kick and snare. I know I like snare 5, and then grab one of my own kicks, I think. Drums, kicks. That one. Let's do a quick beat here. Because I think this might be kind of fun, just to hear it in context. And we're going to do this as triplet things. I'd never worked with triplets, though, but I know they're fun. And crash cymbal. Cool. That sounds like a triplety drum beat. Let's put you onto my sidechain trigger and all of you going through the sidechain bus. Okay, so for this, I wanted to write something in D. Oh, so let's see what this sounds like. Then from here, you know what? I bet that you could do, if you took all these, let's bounce these in place real quick. As my computer hates me a little bit. I did get a new computer though, so I can actually work on stuff and have it not die on me completely. So let's take all of these down here, and we're gonna base them off of just this bottom one here, because why not? And then we're gonna chop, 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 a little the old chop, chop, and mess them all up. Just put some different stuff in different places because we can. You there, you there, you there, you there, you there, you there. You over here, not that far, you there, with you like that, maybe. This is going to sound like garbage, I'm almost sure of it, but it might be kind of cool. You know what, I'm going to grab them and move them with the option held. That way I can move them all around like crazy. All right, let's see if this sounds like complete and utter garbage or if this sounds good. I'm going to go with it's going to sound like complete and utter garbage, but let's find out. You know what? I kind of like that. That like very first part. Doom bang kick 'em. But yeah, that's kind of how I do that. Like how I try and make that type of sound. Like, and then, like I said, just by moving around some of the wavetable stuff. You can get some really cool different textures. So I think I did like pretty much the same thing on this one, yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of how I think that sound is close to being achieved. I know I think was it Crow did one using Buff Eater inside a reactor. But with that you need a bunch of source material. For this I wanted to do it so that like you could do it on your own without any without the need to go find a bunch of samples. Literally you need a kick drum sample in Serum, and then I mean some sort of a some sort of a saturator, and then OTT. So really the only thing you're paying for is your DAW and Serum. Everything else can be found for free. So yeah, hope you got something out of this. Like I said, I think the main part of that sound is the low kick drum modulating a basic shape. But yeah, drop me a comment, and if you got like a question or something like that, and I'll do my best to answer it. Otherwise, it's late here. I think I should go to bed because I got to work. So everybody stay healthy. Keep doing your thing. And I will catch you on the flippity flop.